You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your Security Plus certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. Physical security refers to the protection of tangible resources such as buildings, equipment, and other assets that support digital operations. It may seem less sophisticated than firewalls or intrusion detection systems, but without it, all digital defenses can be bypassed. An attacker who can physically access a server room does not need to crack encryption or breach a firewall. They can simply remove hardware or install malicious devices. For this reason, physical security forms the first line of defense, protecting the environments where digital systems reside and ensuring that technical safeguards remain effective. The reason physical security underpins digital security is simple. Information technology depends on hardware, and hardware exists in the physical world. If attackers gain direct access to servers, networking equipment, or user devices, they can undermine digital safeguards in minutes. Digital security is only as strong as the environment that hosts it. A well-designed intrusion detection system becomes irrelevant if a thief walks out with the server storing logs. Recognizing this, organizations must give equal attention to protecting facilities, infrastructure, and devices, making physical security an inseparable component of cybersecurity strategy. Barriers such as fencing and gates are among the most visible forms of physical security. They create defined boundaries that signal restricted access and channel people through designated entry points. While a fence alone will not stop a determined intruder, it serves as the first deterrent and a way to delay unauthorized entry. Gates provide more controlled passage, often linked to guards or electronic access systems. These barriers do not guarantee safety on their own, but they establish layers of defense, forcing attackers to expend time and effort before reaching critical assets. Controlled entry points such as vestibules or mantraps provide additional protection by limiting access to sensitive areas. A vestibule is a small space between two doors, where only one door opens at a time, forcing individuals to be verified before proceeding. This prevents tailgating, where an unauthorized person slips in behind someone else. Mantraps are particularly common in high-security environments like data centers and financial institutions. They provide an extra layer of control by slowing down entry, verifying identity, and ensuring that only one person enters at a time, reducing opportunities for physical breaches. Bollards serve as barriers to prevent unauthorized vehicle access, protecting buildings and pedestrian areas from both accidental and deliberate crashes. These sturdy posts, often reinforced with steel or concrete, are placed in front of entrances or sensitive infrastructure. They stop vehicles from being used as tools of attack, such as ramming into a lobby or carrying explosives into a restricted area. By controlling vehicle movement, bollards add another layer of physical protection, complementing fencing and gates. Their role highlights that threats can come not only from people on foot but also from vehicles used as weapons. Access badge systems authenticate employees as they enter secured areas. These systems assign unique credentials to individuals, allowing organizations to regulate who has access to specific zones. Badges can be magnetic stripe cards, RFID-enabled, or integrated with smart technologies. They create accountability by logging entry times and ensuring only authorized staff gain access. Badges are often combined with pins or biometrics for added security. While technology handles much of the enforcement, the effectiveness of badge systems depends on proper management, including promptly disabling lost or stolen cards to prevent misuse. Security guards remain one of the most adaptable and visible physical security measures. Unlike automated systems, guards can use judgment to evaluate situations, verify identification, and respond to suspicious behavior in real time. They enforce entry rules, monitor for tailgating, and provide immediate human presence to deter malicious activity. Guards also play a role in incident response, coordinating evacuations, or contacting law enforcement when necessary. Their flexibility and visibility make them a valuable complement to technological controls, especially in environments where human interaction provides reassurance as well as enforcement. Video surveillance adds another dimension by continuously monitoring facilities. Cameras placed strategically at entrances, exits, and sensitive areas provide both real-time visibility and recorded evidence for later review. Surveillance deters unauthorized behavior by making individuals aware they are being watched, and it supports investigations by capturing detailed records of incidents. Modern surveillance systems can integrate with analytics to detect motion, recognize faces, or flag anomalies automatically. By combining deterrence with accountability, video monitoring ensures organizations have both eyes on the ground and documentation to back up security claims. Lighting is an often underestimated but highly effective physical control. Well-lit areas discourage intruders by reducing concealment opportunities, making it more difficult to approach unnoticed. Strategic lighting around entrances, parking lots, and perimeters increases visibility for guards, employees, and cameras. Even simple measures such as ensuring stairwells and hallways are brightly lit reduce opportunities for malicious activity. Lighting is cost-effective, widely applicable, and an essential part of creating an environment where people feel safe and where suspicious behavior is easier to detect and deter. Sensors provide automated detection of physical breaches. Infrared sensors can detect heat signatures, pressure sensors respond to weight on restricted surfaces, and microwave sensors monitor motion across wider areas. These technologies enable organizations to detect unauthorized entry attempts even when guards or cameras are not present. Sensors can be tied to alarms or automated systems, providing immediate alerts when unusual activity is detected. By expanding awareness beyond human observation, sensors ensure that even subtle or concealed intrusions are noticed, turning passive spaces into actively monitored environments. Alarms are the alerting mechanism that ensures a breach does not go unnoticed. Triggered by sensors, cameras, or access control violations, alarms notify staff, security teams, or even law enforcement that something is wrong. They may sound locally to scare off intruders, or they may send silent alerts to monitoring centers for discreet responses. Alarms convert detection into action, ensuring that threats prompt immediate attention rather than slipping past unnoticed. For learners, alarms demonstrate the critical link between identifying issues and mobilizing responses. Ultimately, physical security prevents attackers from bypassing digital controls altogether. An organization can deploy the best firewalls, encryption, and intrusion detection systems. But if attackers gain direct physical access to servers, workstations, or network devices, digital defenses can be undermined. Locks, guards, cameras, and alarms ensure that the foundational layer of protection, the environment itself, is secure. By securing the physical world, organizations protect the digital systems that depend on it. For learners, this reinforces that physical security is not separate from cybersecurity but the base that supports it. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Physical and digital security are strongest when they are integrated rather than treated as separate disciplines. Access badge systems may connect with identity management platforms, ensuring that someone entering a server room is the same individual logging into critical systems. Video surveillance can integrate with digital monitoring, allowing alerts to trigger when unusual logins correspond with suspicious physical activity. This integration ensures consistency, accountability, and stronger detection. Attackers increasingly blend physical and digital tactics, so defenses must also operate seamlessly across both dimensions, reinforcing one another to create a truly comprehensive posture. Physical security also plays a role in meeting compliance frameworks. Standards such as HIPAA, PCI DSS, and ISO 27001 all include requirements for physical safeguards to protect data. Regulators recognize that confidentiality, integrity, and availability cannot be guaranteed without physical protections, such as restricting access to systems that handle sensitive data. failure to implement physical security may not only increase risk but also result in penalties during audits. Compliance frameworks highlight that security is not just about firewalls or encryption, but about protecting the entire environment where data resides. Redundancy is as important in physical security as it is in technical controls. Organizations should deploy multiple safeguards so that if one fails, another remains effective. For example, if a lock is broken, cameras and guards still deter and detect entry. If a camera malfunctions, lighting and motion sensors may compensate. Redundancy ensures resilience, making it far less likely that a single point of failure results in compromise. Learners should understand redundancy as a theme that runs across all domains of security, technical, operational, and physical alike. The principle of least access applies just as strongly to physical spaces as it does to digital accounts. Not everyone needs entry to server rooms, labs, or other sensitive areas. Access should be limited to those with a legitimate need, and permissions should be reviewed regularly. Applying least access reduces insider risks and ensures accountability for those who do have privileges. A culture of least access signals to employees that secure spaces are restricted for a reason, reinforcing respect for security protocols throughout the organization. Zoning is another way organizations strengthen physical controls by layering access based on sensitivity. A facility may have public areas, employee-only areas, restricted offices, and highly secure server rooms, each with escalating security requirements. Moving deeper into these zones requires stronger credentials and more monitoring. This layered approach ensures that even if an intruder bypasses one control, they must continue overcoming additional safeguards. Zoning makes critical assets harder to reach and provides multiple opportunities for detection and intervention. Monitoring entrances and exits is a critical operational task for secured areas. Surveillance cameras, access logs, and sometimes guards ensure that movement in and out of sensitive spaces is recorded and controlled. Monitoring helps detect tailgating, unauthorized entry, or unusual traffic patterns. This practice is vital not only for security but also for emergency management, ensuring that organizations know who is inside a building or room at any given time. By actively tracking entrances and exits, organizations enhance both safety and accountability. Maintenance of locks, cameras, sensors, and other physical security measures ensures they remain reliable. A broken lock or a malfunctioning camera can create silent vulnerabilities, leaving organizations exposed. Regular testing and preventative maintenance schedules keep controls effective, preventing failures during critical moments. Just as digital systems require patching and updates, physical systems require inspection, servicing, and replacement. For learners, this reinforces the idea that security is not only about deployment, but about continuous upkeep across all control types. Logging physical access attempts provides valuable records for accountability and investigation. Badge systems, visitor check-ins, and even manual sign-in sheets create an audit trail that shows who accessed sensitive areas and when. These logs support compliance, help in incident response, and deter misuse by reminding individuals that their movements are being tracked. In combination with digital logs, physical access records provide a holistic view of activity, showing how people interacted with both physical and digital systems. Together, they create a layered framework of accountability. Visitor management is another important practice, requiring organizations to track and supervise non-employees. Visitors should be signed in, provided temporary badges, and escorted in sensitive areas. Records of visits should include times, destinations, and hosts. This prevents unauthorized wandering and ensures that guests do not accidentally or deliberately access restricted systems. Visitor management balances hospitality with accountability, ensuring that organizations remain welcoming while maintaining security. For learners, this underscores that physical security is about controlling access without hindering legitimate business operations. Environmental controls, such as fire suppression systems, smoke detectors, and HVAC, also fall under physical security. These safeguards protect systems from natural hazards that can cause downtime or data loss. Fire suppression prevents catastrophic damage to equipment, while proper climate control ensures that servers and storage remain within safe operating temperatures. Environmental controls expand the definition of physical security beyond trespassers to include forces of nature, reinforcing the principle that all threats, human or environmental, must be managed to keep systems safe. Periodic testing of physical security systems ensures their readiness during real incidents. Fire alarms, access badges, emergency lighting, and surveillance feeds should all be tested under realistic conditions. Testing identifies hidden flaws, such as expired backup batteries or misconfigured sensors, that might otherwise go unnoticed. This practice parallels penetration testing in digital security, confirming that controls not only exist but also perform as intended. Testing builds confidence that, when threats arise, security measures will work as designed rather than failing silently. In summary, physical security forms a necessary base layer of defense. It integrates with digital safeguards, supports compliance, and ensures that systems remain resilient to both human and environmental threats. By applying least access, layering zones, maintaining redundancy, and testing regularly, organizations build a strong foundation that protects all other security efforts. For learners, the key takeaway is that physical controls are not an afterthought, but an essential starting point for effective security. Without strong physical security, digital defenses stand on shaky ground. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.